This is the IDPAD Medley. IDPAD is the United Nations International Decade for People of African Descent 2015 to 2024 initiative to globally redress the prejudice, discrimination, and Afrophobia faced by African peoples, including the marginalization of their histories and contributions to society, wherever they may be, from Ghana to India, Jamaica to Papua New Guinea, Brazil to Zimbabwe, Barbados to Nigeria, the US to Iraq, Sweden to Costa Rica, or Haiti to the Kingdom of the Netherlands.
I'm a child of the motherland, destined so I understand. I belong on the top and not the underhand. My ancestors were great, I got no other plans than to follow their paths. I am an African child of the motherland, destined so I understand. I belong on the top and not the underhand. My ancestors were great, I got no other plans than to follow their paths. I am an African.
I'm a child of a great place. My bloodline got a great faith. So it's time that minds take shape in the form of those who went before me, blazing history's pages with legacies of glory. Marcus Garvey, the Jamaican orator who led millions through races, streets, and corridors, determined for equality, keys for any door, economic empowerment so blacks are never poor. He's one of many, we'll look at several more. So let's rewind, go back in time a bit further and take a look at Imhotep, an avid learner, an architect, an engineer, and a physician, a philosopher as well with poetic intuition, knowledge without restrictions to others' measurement, applying the brilliant mind to various elements, speech refined, life defined by black intelligence.
I'm a child of the motherland, destined so I understand. I belong on the top and not the underhand. My ancestors were great, I got no other plans than to follow their paths.
What's that? Is that the same song? I think it is. Wow. There's a broken record playing, same song on repeat. Elvis the Ed Sheeran, featured over beats of African origin, same success never reached. At tables with record labels, originators can't eat. There's a broken record playing, same song on repeat. Josh Stone, Amy Winehouse, featured over beats of African origin, same success never reached. At tables with record labels, originators can't eat. It's plain to see, but to some, unclear, hidden from weaker eyes behind a glossy veneer. The foundations of this building that's been standing up for years is unkept in spite of housing billions of careers. Now an elephant's in the room. Some say, does it exist? Well, some people can't breathe. Others are getting rich, profiting off the ivory in every square inch of this natural resource to a disproportionate extent. Cultural capital sounds foreign, so what is it? Can it be quantified, measured by any distance? You can if you look at record sales and the listings of billionaires that profit off the sounds and the interest of British African music, changing how people listen. From Sam Coleridge to Bev Knight, there's been misgivings, but will that change? Some explain they got intentions, but the industry at large would exclaim it's too expensive. There's a broken record playing, same song on repeat. Elvis the Ed Sheeran, featured over beat. It's impossible to miss the indelible influence reggae music has had on the world. However, many are unaware of the British African and British contribution to that influence. Thankfully, the reggae tree in Halsden is where Brent has established the capital of reggae in Britain. Forced migration formed a vibration, oppressed Africans across some torn nations, made foreigners ass what in torn nations. Is this new sound shutting down our stations? US R&B, calypso, and jazz over 9 beat drums together was like gas to burn Babylonian empires to ash. The history of reggae is a glorious past. The warrior staff to part sees curious grasp. A global attention as enormous as math. Birthed in bloodbaths of racial oppression. Africa to Jamaica, the sound made a progression. Britain now the stepping stone for this procession. Champion sound to earn pounds from investing. Bass drums, bass hums became a weapon. Guitar licks, strums kicks, horn sections, Halsden to Lewisham, Brit stepping, monster skinheads, rockers found affection in this new sound of Jamaican perfection, untapped resource, Caribbean selection, the stage now set a country's appetite wet, London a centerpiece for the feast on its fresh, musical cuisine, Britain is like a chef, a melting pot where great creatives could express. We are not criminals, no, we not criminals. We just unique and dark, young African generals. We are not criminals, no, we're not criminals. We just unique and dark African individuals. We are not criminals, no, we're not criminals. We just unique and dark, young African generals. We are not criminals, no, we're not criminals. We just unique and dark African individuals. Why are we a threat, innocent but suspect? Before we even leave the womb, we seem to be subject to foul thoughts that we are savage. Printed and published that we were subhuman. They printed in some text. Took boats to Africa, kidnapped our young flesh, burned brands in our skin as odors far west. So when they see us on the streets, they see us as far less than what we really worth. So it ain't hard to arrest young Africans who ain't even done wrong yet. Let me share a couple facts so it don't seem far-fetched. The Mangrove 9, read up, really boggles the mind. How police know you innocent, saying you doing crime. When you out with your family, spending quality time, accuse you of selling drugs. Races are full of lies, hatred all in their eyes. Don't even want you alive, wanna send you back to Africa, crossing Atlantic tides. But we are not criminals, no, we not criminals. We just unique and dark, young African generals. We are not criminals, no, we're not criminals. We just unique and dark African individuals.
The conqueror writes history. They came, they conquered, and they wrote. Now you don't expect people who came to invade us to write the truth about us.
Books,
they will always write negative things about us. And they have to do that because they have to justify their invasion. We don't write our history. It has always been handed down to us orally by our elders. Of course, the white man came and he writes history. In fact, you don't know anything about any place until the white man gets there.
It ain't a mystery, our history been documented down through centuries, but attempts have been made to rinse the reams of comedic influence. System sees old and outdated fake Christian themes, trying to numb new minds. The system needs to acknowledge true scholarship differently. Robert Walker teaches us this specifically. Look at Windrush, Caribbean influx. Without it, the NHS may have been crushed. London at a standstill, transport been hushed. Without Africans helping to stand up, in spite of being beat or bruised or handcuffed, Trinidadian Calypso made to stand up. African history books we need, international curriculum disposed indeed.
African books, those books go and read. African books, those books. African books, those books go and read. African books, those books. African books,
Paul Gilroy's There Ain't No Black in the Union Jack gives us a roadmap for dialoguing about race and class, or racism and classism.
African books, those books.
Pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. Somebody grab the baton and pass it on, 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 pass it on. Somebody grab the baton and pass it on, 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 pass it on. Somebody grab the baton and pass it on, 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 pass it on. Yeah. African people are dark and athletic, but also quite smart and have presence. You don't believe, I prove it to you on record. Exhibit 1, Larry Constantine, a Trinidadian cricketer, exceptional in any league, and helped the West Indies defeat a British team. Exceptional all around, and not just in sports. He excelled on the field and in judicial court. His family was mistreated at the hotel. He didn't sit back, accept it, saying, oh well. He took his case before a judge where most blacks fail, and won the case against a system that was old and stale. He was a journalist, broadcaster, and studied law, and wrote and published 2 books with friends CLR. Mr. James, we'll discuss that later, but we see that Africans are well-rounded and major players. So pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. Somebody grab the baton and pass it on, 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 pass it on. Somebody grab the baton and pass it on, 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 pass it on.